We are here for the Daytona 200. I'm bro- we're brought you're brought ugh. Um,
Brought to you
this
by
is
Esports Broadcasting Network.
and my partner in crime, Damon Lester. My name's Joseph Lester. We're here for a great race. But I mean, yeah, this we're planning on an amazing show, and
Yeah,
let's get.
this new package that was released this past week in iRacing for the next gen cars is really amazing. These cars are really going to get good runs on each other, and I think that we're up for a really exciting race.
Yeah, I mean, they did update the package. So we'll be getting a lot of runs. If there's more cars on the top, there'll be a faster um line there. But I
All right,
mean,
well,
we're set up for a good show.
that's right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get our invocation going. We're going to bring Zach Woods into the booth. Hey, Zach, it's Damon and Joseph in the booth. We pulled you up here so we can get our invocation going, man. Zach, you got a copy?
I think I got you guys in the booth.
Yep.
You guys are really quiet, and so uh, let's pray together.
Let's pray.
Almighty God, I thank you for the opportunity that iRacing gives for folks to come together with a shared passion of iRacing. And Lord, I just pray tonight that our conversations are fruitful and beneficial in your sight. Grant us the patience to make this the whole way. And Lord, we pray that we have a good race. And so in Christ's name we pray.
Amen. Thank you, Zach.
Amen.
Good luck tonight,
Yep.
buddy.
Yep. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
That was Zach Woods giving us our invocation. Let's go ahead and bring in our pole sitter, um, John Garrett.
Hey, John, this. Have we got him yet? Hold on. Let me get him. Well, trying to find John, get him in the booth here. Well, I don't see John in the Discord.
Well, that's unfortunate. We'll try to get him under a yellow or something.
Yeah, congratulations on him for getting the pole this evening. And really looking forward, like I said, to an exciting race.
Yeah, I mean, we got 80 laps, stages at 20 and 40. So not very long of a stage to lead us into a pretty long 40 lap run, and we'll just have to see how that affects all these cars with the longer runs.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a really exciting night and look forward to getting this race going.
Now, as they're catching back up to the pace car, let's go through our race info. Track The temperature is 65 degrees here for our season opener at Daytona. Clear skies with a 2 mile per hour wind. After the fun clash last week, we stay in Daytona for the first points race of the season, the Daytona 200. Over the next 17 weeks, the drivers of the KMM Cup Series will battle across a multitude of different tracks and disciplines to become the second champion in the history of the series. It will be a tough road through this season in the new next gen car, and it all begins tonight at the World Center of Racing. Good luck to all the drivers on a successful season.
Absolutely. Good luck to all these drivers tonight. We have Greg Wood, our reigning champion from last season. He's ready to defend his title. And then we also have Alfred Denny, who's the defending race champion of this first race of the year. So we're looking forward to a fun race tonight. It's going to be an exciting time. We're looking forward to getting ready to go green here. Everybody's getting lined up in their positions from qualifying. Like I said, we had John Garrett on the pole. So it's going to be an exciting night. We're going to get going here very shortly.
Yeah, we are, and the longer these guys go around this track, the more the anticipation builds for these guys as the first race of the season. New car, new possibilities. With this 670 horsepower, it's 100 more horsepower than they had last year at these type tracks. So we expect some harder to drive vehicles. Not to say the other cars weren't as hard to drive, but they seem to stick on the track just a little bit more.
Yeah, we're really going to see some. I'm sure we're going to see some pretty intense moves, and I'm sure these guys will get a little racing toward the beginning. They probably will settle in, and we'll probably ride around for a little while. But as you know, we're at Daytona, and with Daytona and Talladega, will we see the big one? What do you think, Joseph?
Well, it's not so much of a if, it's a when.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. These guys, they've been sitting back during the off season preparing for this first race, and looks like the lights right on top of the pace car. Looks like we're going green next time by.
Yeah, we are, and these guys just pay.
Everybody. Sorry, just jumping in here. iRacing has completely screwed up the lineup. I mean, we set up the lineup ahead of time. We're trying to figure out a way to reset the session without having to redo a new one. So just give us a few minutes here.
No problem. That was Angel Santiago, the driver of the number 90. They're getting things straightened out here. That's why you see the laps ticking off. They're trying to get the lineup set. So bear with us here, folks. We'll get this going. Uh, going to be a great night, and we are definitely looking forward to some great racing tonight. And I
Yeah,
tell you what, looking at these new cars, they look really sleek, man. I mean, such a different look from the Gen 6 cars. These next gen cars, leading us into the next era of NASCAR, and not only in NASCAR but also in iRacing. So here we have our starting lineup. Our pole sitter, John Garrett. Starting second, Brandon Massey. In third, Steve Rada. Starting fourth, Nathan Estep. In fifth, Angel Santiago in the number 90.
not sure what just happened there.
Looks like everybody's leaving the session. We're probably going to have to get things loaded back up. So let's give these guys just a minute here.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Which,
okay. I mean,
there wasn't a big, sort of a sizable update to iRacing this week. So I'm sure it's, got lots of people on this week in anticipation for the new season.
We are making a new session. We are going to be making a new session, so be on standby for it.
Will do.
so
So that
with
was Angel Santiago letting us know they're getting a new session up. Uh, just bear with us, folks. We'll get this action underway. Looking forward to a great night of racing.
So while this happens, we'll take a quick break and get back to you when this is all sorted out. sessions are not back up yet, but we are just tuning back in to say we're working on this issue. We're gonna stick with you until it's fixed, but um we got
We
some
will we will get this exciting race in. That's a promise.
yeah, it's kind of like a rain delay for NASCAR. But we do have a major announcement for the Sim Racing Media umbrella. Um we are a media partner with NASCAR now, so we'll be able to bring you even more info and stats to the field.
It's going to make it more informational, and we'll bring you a lot of good information, especially about these new cars this year. It's really going to be a great thing for ESPN being under the umbrella of SRM, and we're really looking forward to all the information and all the good things that they can help bring. All this great information that we can bring you now.
Oh yeah, certainly. But that just means that we'll be able to talk with NASCAR about certain things, get info that maybe other people might not have yet, and it'll bring a whole new world to SRM and ESPN.
Absolutely, and it's just going to help make us a stronger and um, a great thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, it certainly is great, and um, still working on some things here, but um, it looks like we'll be going back green around 10:15ish, so that'll be really good.
Past week, up until this week, the cars were basically sort of on the same rules package as the cars were last year. Let's talk a little bit about the package and how they're reacting on the super speedways, Joseph. I know you've been out running some laps, so tell us just a little bit about that.
Well, it's a lot of open throttle. You can go from last to first in a lap, which is, in my opinion, really good. Um, but I mean, it really is just if you can get on that top and get a 4, 5, 6, 7 cars up there, more than more than the bottom, or even just a little bit less than the bottom, you're gonna go to the front. Now, if you get a long train on the bottom, nobody's really gonna be able to pass. So that's something neat, I thought.
Yeah, it's certainly going to make these races really exciting, and sort of reminds me a little bit when NASCAR had a similar package in the late '90s, early 2000s when they had the wicker on the rear spoiler, and there's no wicker on these cars, but the closing rate that those cars had was tremendous, and that's really what we're going to experience tonight. Really going to make it exciting. You're going to see a lot. Hopefully, we'll see a lot of passing. I'm sure these guys will get single file toward the middle of the race, but we do have stages. Our stages tonight, in stage one ends at lap 20. Stage two will end at lap 40. and because we'll go from there to the end of the race at lap 80. So lots of these guys are wanting to win the first race of the year. Really going to be really exciting, especially coming up with these stages. Really looking forward to all the racing coming up with this series.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go through the schedule here. That we
Absolutely.
got. Give me a second to pull it up, but
So it looks like, of course, this week we're at Daytona for the Daytona 200, the Hubka Real Estate 200. We go to Chicagoland next week.
week 3 we have Watkins Glen. Then we have a bye week heading into Auto Club, and then we go to Las Vegas. Um, week 6 will be New Hampshire, and then week 7 is our All-Star break, and it's at the Indy Oval. I think that's pretty neat. Really difficult track, and with these new cars, that just means we're gonna get a lot less open throttle than we would with the old car.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly miss seeing the racing at the Indy Oval, but I know now everybody wanted to see more road courses, and so that's what we've got. After we leave the All Star race, we'll head to Nashville Superspeedway. Then we'll head to Kansas, Martinsville, Texas. Then we go to Talladega.
And to make things even more interesting, that is the cutoff to start the playoffs.
Absolutely. And the playoffs, Joseph, it's going to be, we got a tremendous set of tracks. We've got Dover, then we go to Michigan, then Darlington, then we go to the half mile at Bristol. We all know how exciting the races, not only in real life were last year, but on iRacing. Those races at Bristol were great races. And then we head to the championship race at Homestead. So we've got a great season coming up for us this year. Really looking forward to all the excitement that we have coming up and what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. It's going to be an amazing season, and we're going to be with you for all 17 weeks. And we're here to have some fun with y'all.
Absolutely. It looks like the session will be up about 10:05. We'll try to go ahead and get in there and see if we can't get everything lined up and get ready for this race. So we'll be going green here very shortly. I think scheduled green flags set for 10:15, and we'll be getting some racing started this evening.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Like I said earlier, this is just a little bit of a technical difficulty. You could think of it as a rain delay, or you could think of it as really whatever you want. But, I mean, we're going to
Hey,
be here in just a little bit.
we will be racing. That's the only thing. We don't have to worry about the track drying. We tell you it's going to start at 10:15. Pretty much going to start at 10:15. We'll go ahead and say the Air Titans. They've already got the track dry. We're just getting the field gridded up. We're getting ready to go.
Yeah, why don't we pull in our league owner to talk about some of the things he has in store for this season?
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well,
Hey,
oh,
Angel, this is the
okay.
broadcast booth. Just wanted to talk to you about like what are your plans going into the season? What are your goals? And tell us a little something about um what it takes to own a league.
Well, I appreciate you guys bringing me in here. For those of you guys watching, maybe familiar with my voice, I do broadcast here with ESPN and SRM on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. This definitely wasn't the start I wanted. I don't understand what's happening. Um, but new session is up now finally, so hopefully we can get going. But no, we're just hoping for a good solid season. We got a good mix of tracks. Only one road course that I know some of my road guys didn't love, but um, they're not the most fun races. But a couple of short tracks. We got a mix of every single type of track on here. The playoffs are built to be especially tough, including tracks like Bristol, Dover, Homestead, and Darlington. So I wasn't quite kind with that, but you know what? A champion needs to earn it, in my opinion. So I think we're gonna have fun with it. A lot of returning faces, luckily. Some faces that maybe didn't run with us before this season, but I've raced with in other parts, so I'm happy to have them here finally. And then overall, you know, just go out there, just have some fun. You know, we're not meant to be a superior league. We're just trying to come out here and have fun every Friday night. Um, my goals are for myself as a racer. I need to win a dang race in my own league. Got close a couple times last year and kind of got screwed over. So the hope is this year to pull off a win. Almost got pulled tonight. So we'll see. We'll see what the car got tonight.
Well, good luck tonight, buddy. Looking forward to a great race. And Joseph and I were just saying this is just the iRacing version of a rain delay. So the only thing we don't have to
Yes.
worry about is we don't we don't have to worry about the track getting dry. So we thought
Oh
the books
boy.
will be going green about 10:15. So
I appreciate
Bill,
that, guys. We will. Yes, the session's up. Jump on in, and if everybody gets in quick enough, we'll try to advance it and make things quicker for everybody.
sweet. Well,
All right.
good luck tonight, buddy. And hopefully we'll talk to you after the end of the race.
I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good luck. Appreciate it. Have fun, everybody watching.
All right, man. That's Angel Santiago, the league owner, and we'll go ahead and we'll get things rolling here. And like Angel said, it's going to be a great season. Really going to enjoy watching these guys battle for the season-long championship, and going to be exciting. We're going to be jumping in here in just a second. We'll get everything brought up. So just bear with us while we get everything. Once again, for those maybe just joining us, stages tonight are 20 for stage 1. Stage 2 ends at lap 40, and then we'll go to the end to figure out who's going to be our inaugural or our season opening winner, and we'll get ready to go toward this championship this year in the Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports Series.
Oh yeah, certainly. And really, this race is all about survival. If you can make it to the end with a running motor, you still have a chance, in my opinion. And that's what makes these
Absolutely.
so good, is you're all so close together, and there's nothing really prohibiting you from getting the win.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting night. We're going to get started here very shortly. I know that Angel said they're going to try to get everybody in, and we're really looking forward to it tonight.
Yeah, we are. And our defending champion Greg Wood is out on track. Very nice scheme of his. I love it. It and he's almost known as the bad guy because of how good he is.
Yeah, Greg Wood, he is like we mentioned earlier. Greg Wood is our defending series champion. So sometimes it's good to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like Kyle Busch. Runs a Toyota. Certainly one of the best out there. But we have about 3 minutes left in this warm-up session for these guys. They're just trying to get everybody they possibly can into the session. And that's good by us. It just means we get more cars out there. If you're just joining us, this is the KMM Cup Series presented by SRM, and if you're on Facebook, and if you're on YouTube, Esports Broadcasting Network. And I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be a great race tonight. It's like these guys are getting a few practice laps in before we get ready to go green.
looks like we got a little bit of a 4-car pack out there. With Stephen Harper, and a few others.
And you can see they're sort of jockeying around.
They want
They're
to
in the
test the
draft.
limits. Yeah, they want
Yeah,
to test the limits and see what they can do in the draft.
absolutely. So you got the tail end there. They're trying to fall back and see how far back they can be and still pull up. So there they go, and take a run.
We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm gonna try and fix this real quick, so we'll be right to you. Okay, I think we got it all fixed, so sorry about that. Just wanted you guys to be able to hear the roar of these engines. But yeah, I mean, these guys up here in this little 4 or 5 car pack, they aren't really worried about wrecking the car because it's not real life. They don't have to run these same exact cars for the race. But we got a little bit of a 30-second left in warm up. So these guys are just going to push as hard as they can, act like it's the final lap, and try to get up there into the lead of this pack.
Absolutely, they're going to give it all they can give it, and they're getting out there right now and pushing it like you said. These cars, they'll get a fresh one after this practice, so they can go out there and put themselves in positions like they would at the end of the race, and we'll see how it ends up tonight.
Now it does look like this warm-up is wrapping up, so we'll go straight into the race. And we'll try and get our pole sitter in here.
See if he's made his way into the Discord yet. Still don't see him in here. But congratulations to John Garrett. He is our pole sitter tonight.
Yeah, sorry about the inconvenience of not being able to get him in here, but that's okay. Like we said, we'll try to get him in here eventually. If we can't get him in here this week, we'll try and get him in here next week if he is available for it.
Absolutely. And we certainly want to make sure we talk to those guys and give them time to talk to all the people out there that support them. And looks like we're pulling off pit road.
After a long rain delay and some technical difficulties along the way, we are rolling and the pace car lights are off and it looks like we are going green this time by. So let's go through our starting lineup once again. We got John Garrett on pole, Angel Santiago in second, James Jones starting third, fourth Craig Sassamon, fifth Nathan Estep, sixth David Modispa, seventh Steve Rada, P8 Greg Wood, P9 Jonathan Cogwell, P10 Brandon Massey.
In 11th, we've got David Mayo. Starting 12th,
We have Ron Morris
Ron
Jr.
Morris Jr. Starting 13th, George Kovacek. 14th, Zach Woods. 15th, Christopher Pindell. 16th, James Santoyo. Starting 17th, Bill Sleet. Starting 16th, Ira Kohlhaas. Starting 19th, Kevin Gibney Jr. Starting 20th, George Jewell.
We're going to have to stop there as we're about to go green here for the Kool-Aid Monster Cup Series. As they are rolling around, waiting for these cars to go by.
The pace car ducks off. Here they come to get this season 2022 Kool-Aid Monster NewGen Cup Series started, and we're green.
We are green flag here today, and John Garrett will lead the field into turn one, side by side with Angel Santiago.
There they go, still side by side through most of the pack. These guys they're gonna ride it out here, and they're gonna see what they've got for a few laps, and then I would assume they'll probably settle in.
Angel, with the help of Craig Sassamon, is going to the front. Can he get clear into turn 3? No, he cannot. That means John Garrett will come back on the inside. Will that outside lane stall out, or will they be able to get the run back going?
Here they come down out of turn 4 for the first lap. Who's going to lead that first lap? Will it be our pole sitter, John Garrett?
It does
and
appear
John Garrett,
so.
Yeah, John Garrett will lead the first lap. Settling in second is the number 10 of Jones.
Sorry about that. We're working on the trading paints issue. But we hope to be able to see his paint scheme very soon. Now, we are 3 wide towards the back of this pack with Angel Santiago maybe trying to lay back from this front pack. Oh, they're wrecking! Oh! What just happened?
And we're under caution. Looks like just wasn't enough room to get in there, so we'll have to back up and see exactly what happened.
That doesn't appear to be it. That looks like it was on the pace lap. Sorry about that.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
Oh, looks like we might have found something here.
Oh, goodness. Up and over.
Yeah, and they just kept piling in.
Kept piling in. And early on here, several cars involved.
Man, that's just unfortunate to see this early in the race, and hope they can get back going again.
Now, they do have a fast repair, so most of those guys will be able to hopefully not lose much time and get back out there. And certainly hate to see that this early on in the race.
Yeah, but that's alright. They got that fast repair, as you were saying, and they'll be able to get back out there and compete. Just have to be a little bit more cautious there. Not push as much, but that's okay, and we'll just have to see how this race goes as it advances on.
Absolutely. And like we were talking earlier, that may be, what gets these guys to sort of settle in a little bit, ride for a few laps to sort of fill these cars out. The package did change, so some of these guys may not have much practice with this new package, but having that accident on lap 2 of this race, I'm sure they'll probably settle in. Hopefully we'll get a few laps in here to get to the end of this stage, and that'll give some guys some time to get caught up, and we'll get everybody back on the lead lap here, hopefully, and have all these guys will still have a good shot to get this race moving and get have their chance to win this race.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a waiting game at this point, just to see how their cars will handle after getting that fast repair. Will it handle the same, or will it not quite have that same feel?
Yeah, that's always a chance you take. That's why a lot of these guys, some guys would rather just start in the rear, and these plate races sort of ride things out and rather try to be there and save their stuff for the end. But there's two good places to be. That's either in the front with everybody behind you, or way back in the back, just sort of riding and watching everybody else, settle everything out. But hopefully, looks like we're getting lined up to go back green. So pace lights are off the top of the pace car. We'll be going green next time by.
Yeah, we will be going green next time by. I apologize to the 10 of James Jones. I've closed out trading paints, I've reopened it, and I've done it multiple times. I just can't. You're the only guy whose scheme isn't loading. I'm sorry about that, and we'll work on getting that fixed for next week.
We'll give trading paints time to recycle here. We'll try to refresh it, get everybody back and going. So just give us a chance. We'll have a lot of white cars out there right now with these sheep, but the schemes are starting to come back in now. So see if we can't get this fixed. Apologize for that. These guys work really hard on their paint schemes. We want to make sure that everybody sees, all the hard work these guys put in on these paint schemes, because it does take. It's a labor of love sometimes, but you want to make sure you're driving the best looking car out there on the track. The pace car ducks off.
And John Garrett will lead them.
You want to make sure not to get too far out there, because these guys will get a run, and that certainly could not be good for John Garrett if they get a big run on him. He's probably out there too far. If these guys will get singled out, they probably could get a good run on John and get. But John looks like he's got a good fast car tonight, so we'll have to see what happens. You can see everybody's sort of trying to get to the bottom there so they can ride a little bit after that incident on lap 2. So we'll see how things shake out here.
Start to see a few guys coming up to that top. Will we see a lead change with this lap? Will James Jones be able to lead this lap, or will it be John Garrett once again? John Garrett will lead this lap, and heading into turn 1, that outside isn't quite formed up as much as the bottom. Will that outside get formed up enough to be able to make a run for the front?
You can already see the difference in what the package was and what it is now. That the outside line, even with 4 cars, is still hanging right there with that inside run. So we'll have to see, what type of runs develop. And here comes James Jones. He's looking on the outside of John Garrett. If they can close up a little bit there and give him a little bit better push.
James Jones, John Garrett. It's a drag race down the front stretch. They are side by side, almost touching through the tri-oval. One has the help of Nathan Eastep, and one has the help of David Mayo. Will they get to the front? James Jones leads that lap.
I think somebody needs to remind these guys there's still 72 laps to go, Joseph.
Well, there's 72 laps in the total race, but there's only 13 laps to go in the stage.
You're absolutely right. Those stage points do count. There, James Jones in the 10. He is clear.
James Jones and David Mayo using that top line to their advantage, taking the lead here in Daytona.
Everybody's still getting settled in. That outside line still trying to gather up some cars to get a run. There you can see John Garrett looking on the outside of Mayo in the 08. Will he get another push to get up to the front?
John Garrett is not content to ride, and that's what we love to see here at SRM and ESBN. These guys are pushing as hard as they can for these stage points coming up in 10 laps, and that's what racing's all about.
Absolutely, going forward every lap, not just riding. These guys want to get those points. And hey, it's a whole lot more fun to race side by side than in a straight line. We all know that. So here we go. John Garrett getting a push out there by 21. Alfred Denny, that's last year's race champion. He's defending race champion. Alfred Denny up to second behind John Garrett. They're both ducking back down to the low line to get in front of James Jones. Here they come on the outside. That outside line's gaining a little bit more power. They get that momentum, just building that energy up.
It's like once one group of two cars gets clear on the top, another two come right back up to the front. Will these guys on this top lane be able to get it going, or will they kind of fizzle out and go to the bottom?
Well, we have 10 laps to go in this first stage. It looks like that bottom line's getting it together and getting a little bit more organized. It looks like that run sort of stalled out there on the top line. We'll see how everything goes. Here they come to complete lap 10.
John Garrett will lead this lap. Man, he has been out front for almost every lap. I think he was behind for about 1 or 2 laps, and he pulled out a line and got up there again.
Got such a strong car tonight. You got Jonathan Cogswell on the 27 trying to get a group together up there on the outside line. They've got a few more cars. They've got that energy. It's that energy building up. The more cars that get in that line, it's going to keep on helping them go forward. So will they be able to get up there? It looks like they're inching up there every lap. They get a little bit of a run and they fall back. It's going to be like this all night.
Whoa, a big wiggle on that bottom lane. And that's something I've been noticing. Out of turn 4 and down the back straightaway, the cars don't seem that steady, so if you hit them in the wrong place, they could go around.
Yeah, that's one thing that we could do with those cars, the Gen 6 cars. Are they able to push with these, Joseph? Can they get in those cars? I've not been in the package yet. Can you push the car in front of you? Is that still an option for these guys?
Yeah, it really is. More than really ever. These guys might not have figured it out yet, but I was doing a little bit of testing the other day at Daytona and Talladega, and it looks like the 2-car Tango is really strong, and you can get up to about a second lead, but that pack will just close right back into you.
Looks like the 55 and Nathan Estep, he hopped up in that top line. They're trying to get some energy going in that top lane to see if they can't make something happen.
Yeah, as I was saying, that 2-car Tango, John Garrett and Alfred Denny are really working together well, and they got out to about a 3/10 lead before the pack closed back up into them. Oh, and
Nathan Estep jumping back on the outside in front of Jonathan Cogswell.
And that
trying to side draft a little bit off Alfred Denny. Here they come on the outside, coming out of turn 4. They really got a good run here. They're going to pull even with John Garrett.
That inside is not really formed up as well as that top now. Will the top get going and take the lead once again?
Here it comes the 55 and Nathan Estep with Jonathan Cogswell pushing him. Will they be able to complete that pass?
I don't know. That bottom line is just so strong right now. It really is impressive to me.
It is, but we've got a good organized pack on that top line. They're up there high. They're not having to turn the wheel as much. That really doesn't bind the car up. Riding that low line, it is the shortest way around.
Oh, they're wrecking
We've got trouble
again!
coming out of 4. And the caution's out at lap 15. Looks like you were talking about, Joseph, looks like there was a little bit of a wiggle coming out of 4.
Oh, looks like there was a little bit of a reaction to that wreck in the back in that second pack. That just shows there's nowhere really safe.
No, even that pack that was riding just a couple, maybe a second back, had some cars get caught up in it, and you see another car with some getting into it there. So several cars again involved in this accident on lap 15.
Sorry for the little bit of an issue trying to find the wreck. We will get it. Looks like they were already wrecking it at that point.
Yeah, they were already wrecking at that point.
Ooh, not.
So that one car got sort of turned. I think he got a little loose coming off of 4. Like you said, that is something that's happened. They sort of jumped loose a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
got loose. It came down into the 90 of Angel Santiago. Looks like Angel was able to keep going.
Yeah, that just means we'll get a little bit of a shootout here for this stage, maybe about 2 or 3 laps.
Well, and another thing that does, Joseph, that allows these cars to get bunched back up again. They had sort of split into 2 packs. So that's going to give even more energy to that high line. So you've got these guys who are pitting that were involved in that accident. Those who still had a fast repair, they may use it. They may just try to get some of this damage fixed without using their fast repair. So definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here. Probably go green with a couple laps to go before the end of this stage. There we go. We have some other cars, getting the wave around here to get a lap back. But this has definitely not been disappointing. We've had lots of exciting racing here. So still have John Garrett leading. Nathan Estep, he is up to second. The 21 of Alfred Denny third. And it's just, these guys have really shown some strength, this top 3 here early in the race.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's really impressive to see that John Garrett, he started on pole, and he's really been able to work this draft really well to where nobody's really been able to compete on that top line.
Yeah, it's really been exciting to watch. Here we are starting at lap 17, so we looks like we're going to go back to green with 2 laps to go in the stage, so going to be exciting, that's for sure. As the pace lights are out on top of the iRacing pace car, we'll come around, we'll get green with 2 laps to go in the stage, and it's going to be exciting. Everybody gets formed up. Got one car there at the inside. He's got to let the field pass by. He tried to beat the pace car off. Wasn't quite able to do that. So he'll have to drop. That was the 15 car. And he'll have to drop back to the tail end of the field, and he'll be able to. That was luck in the 15. He's showing 2 laps down now. So he'll be able to get one of those laps back here at the stage break. as long as
Well,
we don't have other incidents. So,
I don't know about that because we do have a couple guys a lap down.
no, but at this point, with him just coming off pit road, I'm sure he'll probably stay out and not pit. With these leaders, most likely will come to pit road after this stage. So we'll just have to see how things shake out. Hopefully, some of these cars will be able to get a lap back and get back on the lead lap here before it's all said and done. Here we come out of turn 4. Pace car gets ready to duck off.
Pace car is off, and John Garrett will lead him to the green flag. P2 Nathan Estep and Alfred Denny in P3. They are already making a move to the front.
And the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell, he's giving Nathan Estep a shove into turn 1. Like you said, I think that two-car tango is really going to come into play tonight. They really are able to get some good runs when two cars are working together.
As they head down the backstretch, side by side they go. John Garrett, Nathan Estep. Who is going to be in front coming out of turn 3 and 4? They are side by side. 4 cars on the top. A big long train on the bottom. Will anybody jump out onto that high line trying to get a few more stage points? Trying to get as much out of you, much position as you can these next 2 laps. 2 laps to go in the stage now.
And Nathan Estep led that last lap. He inches out just a little bit in front of John Garrett. Will these guys be able to get a big enough run to get up there and secure this stage win? We'll just have to settle in and see here in the next 2 laps. We come down the Daytona Superstretch.
You mentioned something about settling in. I don't think these guys know what that means. Nathan Estep has the advantage going into 3 and 4.
Jonathan Cogswell gets right out there and gives him a push. He's trying to get him on out there in front so he can duck down back to that inside line and take the lead. But looks like these guys are just trying to get out there. There they go, dropping to the inside.
The top 3 just got clear, but James Santoya was not okay with sticking in P3. He wants more out of this stage.
Absolutely, he's trying to get that push. Will he be able to get back up there?
Jonathan Cogswell pulls out to the top. He has the push now. Will James Santoyo try to go to the bottom and leave him out by himself? No, he won't. But he'll try going to the top lane. They are 3 wide for the stage lead.
And here comes Jonathan Garrett pushing Nathan Estep on the inside.
Oh, they're wrecking. They're
wrecking again in the back of the pack.
And Angel Santiago, I feel like, has been caught up in all of these wrecks.
Unfortunate for Angel. Looks like Nathan Estep did get the win there in the stage. Just an impressive run there for the end of the stage.
Let's try to see what happened here.
Quite a ride there for the 90 of Angel Santiago.
Looks like he tried going to the bottom, but there was somebody swerved down in front of him. And man, he just went flipping.
And it looks like everybody was just trying to get everything they could get there. Unfortunate for Angel, but a couple different cars there. A bunch of these guys have already used their fast repairs, so, you know, I think things are going to settle down here in this next stage. Congratulations to Nathan Estep on that win there at the stage win. And we'll see if we can't maybe get him and pull him into the booth here after things settle down here. So just we'll let these guys make their pit stop. We'll see if we can't grab him and pull him into the booth. Congratulations to Nathan Estep getting that stage win. What an impressive run there. He stuck with that high line, was able to get clear to the bottom, and then got the push from John Garrett to edge out. What is an impressive 2 laps into that stage.
Oh yeah, that was really impressive. Now, we are hearing you all. We're trying to fix it to where y'all will be able to see the positions better and what positions they are. Just stick with us, and we're trying to get this figured out.
Yeah, I think with the green of the league, they wanted that position to be green as well. So I think that's the thing there. But let's see if we can't bring Nathan Estep in here and talk to him about that stage win. Bear with me just a second. Let's see if we can pull him into the booth. Hey, Nathan Estep, it's Joseph and Damon in the booth. Congratulations on that stage win, man. That was some intense racing in the last 3 laps to go in that stage.
Oh yeah, it definitely. The intensity picked up there towards the end, so that was a lot of fun though. I definitely got to thank John Garrett there. He could have taken me 3 wide and try and get the stage one himself, but he decided to push me. So
absolutely, Joseph and I were just talking. I know they really made an update to the cars this week and really are getting a big run with these cars. So tell us a little bit about, I mean, I know we've had a lot of incidents early on. Where do you think is the safest? Just to be out front where that 55 is right now?
I don't think there's anywhere that's safe right now. So I've heard of people wrecking in the back, in the middle, and the front. So one thing I can say is, yes, you can get some huge runs in these, but it's also very loose coming out of the tri-oval, out of 2 and out of 4. So you have to be careful. I don't think we'll see a lot of 3 wide tonight. If you do go 3 wide, I think you're going to crash.
Well, good luck tonight, Nathan, on the rest of the race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for broadcasting as always, guys.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I'm gonna get you back down to your team, but good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
We still are working on those number issues right now. We have somebody working behind the scenes. I'd like to shout out James Riles for trying to get this all sorted out for us and being a big help with everything. But yeah, right
Get
now,
this thing straightened out for everybody, and but what about this race though? It has been exciting, and here we got the lights out on top of the pace car. We're getting ready to go green for the stage 2, and we'll go to lap 40. See if these guys will maybe settle in. I'll tell you what though, it's been some exciting racing. I'm not sure if I want them to settle in. This has been great.
yeah, it certainly has been great, but we're only getting started.
Absolutely. We got these guys coming through 3 and 4 right now. We got lots of guys who are trying to get some damage fixed. We'll see if they get caught up to the end of the field. But the way things are going, they may have more chances to get this fixed and finish up strong in the race. But we'll just have to see how things shake out. So the pace car is getting ready to duck off. Nathan Estep brings the field down.
And we are green flag once again to start stage 2.
Here we go. We've got John Garrett. He's getting that push on the outside. We saw how strong that outside was for Nathan Estep. Will he be able to? Looks like Nathan doesn't have quite the push as John Garrett does on that outside line. That outside line is really getting organized.
There we go, guys. We did get that number fixed. And just another huge shout out to James, constantly working to make these shows better and better every week.
Absolutely. So there we go. The 20 of James Santoyo dunks down in front of John Garrett. These guys are trying to get this inside line, but they just keep it. It's sort of a. There you go. Nathan Estep jumps to the outside.
Nathan Estep is not content to ride. He wants to get to the front and stay there. He figures, like he said in the broadcast, there's no safe place to be, so if I'm going to get wrecked, I want to be up front while doing it.
Absolutely. Here they come. That energy, they're starting to get organized. And we've got another car jumping to that outside line. I think they see that's where the power, the strength is right now. Here they come. James Montoya is getting pushed by John Garrett. These guys are really getting tightened up.
Oh, a big wiggle by Nathan Estep there.
We have the 32 of Kyle Harbin. He's out front in the lead now, just by half a car length. But Nathan Estep's going to push him on out there. Kyle Harbin will lead this lap.
And Kyle Harbin, where did he come from? Takes the lead, but now James Santoyo already back coming on the bottom.
And here that outside line, we've got energy on the inside and the outside. There, and he ducks down to the inside. Kyle Harbin ducks on the inside. Now here comes Nathan Estep on the outside. He is inching up on Kyle Harbin.
These guys just love to race, it seems. They are not content riding in single file, just waiting a little bit. We do have a
we got the
spinner in
48
the back.
car around in the back. As he spins, it's like he got into one. I don't see a caution as of yet with just a one-car spin. He is out off the track.
Let's see what happened here. Just looks like... Not sure what happened there.
This looks like he got... I don't know if he got down on the apron or how he got loose there.
Well, like Nathan was saying, it looks like these cars just snap and they're really hard to save and overcorrect. Man, it's really unfortunate there. I mean, a lot of these guys were just riding in the back hoping to stay out of trouble, and that's what happens sometimes.
So we're back up front. Looks like Nathan Estep has pulled out front. They're starting to settle into a little 5-car pack here. I'm not sure these guys are... They're just not satisfied to ride, though. They're really wanting to just put those cars in places. They know that a lot of cars have had some incidents tonight, but here comes John Garrett on the outside. They're starting to get that line moving.
Yeah, these guys are heading down the back stretch, heading into 3 and 4. Not a lot of formation on the top. Bottom's really formed up, but we are starting to get a little bit of a push coming on that outside. Bottom is not formed up right as I say something. That top seems to be getting formed more.
Yeah, Kyle Harbin took a look to the outside. What happened when he did that? It gave John Garrett a little bit of a draft. And there, Kyle Harbin looking out again. John Garrett a little bit closer, able to push him on up there. So that outside line's getting a little bit more organized.
Yeah, that outside line's getting organized, and that bottom line's getting dysfunctional. Everybody's jumping to the top. Are we gonna see something like you saw last year at the Daytona 500? And will they all be up on the top lane by the end of this thing?
I think they're going to be everywhere. I think you're going to have cars 3 wide.
Whoa, big wiggle by Nathan Estep on the bottom. Did he get a little bit of a wrong push?
Here they come on the outside. That outside. That's Chris Pindell in the 6. He's got a good push. And there they go. They dive down in front. That's Chris Pindell in the 6.
Nathan
Here comes
Estep
Nathan Estep, not satisfied to ride.
Top.
There goes Nathan Estep. He's got a push from Kyle Harbin in the 32.
And he's already back up front.
Here comes John Garrett. He's looking outside as well. Doesn't look like Kyle Harbin.
Oh!
Kyle Harbin got a little snappy loose there. He tried to make a move, and it just jumped out from under him. The caution is out. Nathan Estep is our leader. It looks like what I saw happen there, it looks like Kyle Harbin tried to make a really sharp move, and it just snapped loose on him. He was able to, but I think the reaction from everybody behind, they saw him get loose, and I think the 48 got loose as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just super unfortunate for these guys. Looked like Kyle Harbin was able to keep it straight, but unfortunately, Dayron or Amat wasn't quite so lucky.
Yeah, I hate that for him. You know, it's going to be survival. We'll say survival of the fastest. So it's just going to every lap. I think we've had more passing and more lead changes in the last few laps than I've seen in a long time at Daytona and real life or in iRacing. So this has been great. Great racing tonight so far by these guys. And I hate that there's been some incidents earlier, but like I said, these cautions will help these guys get some things fixed up, and they'll be able to get back up there. And hopefully they'll get things straightened out. And really looking forward to see what pans out at the end of this stage, and then we'll make that 40-lap run to the end after the end of stage 2.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen a few cautions, but that's okay. You're never gonna see a caution-free race at Daytona that often. You'll see it once or twice, but that's on the rare occasion.
Well, as long as I can remember, the last time that there was a caution-free race at Daytona or Talladega, that was in 1997. And I think that's one of the fastest races on record at either one of these tracks, just because of the pure fact that there weren't any cautions. I think Mark Martin ended up winning that race that day in Talladega in 1997, but that was a completely different package and a completely different time. These cars, this big spoiler on the rear end of these cars, they really have such a closing rate on the car in front of them. It's just amazing the run that they get. And you get that run, you want to take it somewhere. You don't want to just have to back off the throttle. You want to, if you've got the run, you want to go ahead and make the pass and lead this race.
Oh yeah, definitely. And sometimes you gotta be a little more patient, but that's alright. But these guys just still learning it. New package, new car. This is to be expected. I mean, it's always crazy race at Daytona or Talladega, but that's alright.
Well, I think crazy's what everybody expects when we come to these big tracks. So as the lights are out on top of the pace car, we'll be going green next time by. It looks like we'll have about a 7-lap sprint to the finish here.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that we're not even halfway through this race, and we've already seen this much action. I can't wait to see what's to come.
Oh, I agree completely. This is certainly going to be an exciting race. We got Nathan Estep, 2 of our fastest cars tonight. Nathan Estep is on the inside, John Garrett on the outside. Kyle Harbin on that 32 in 4th right now. He has shown a lot of strength as well as Chris Pindell in the 6th car. So really looking forward to see what happens here, and it's going to continue to be exciting, I'm sure. So here we come through 3 and 4, getting ready for that pace car to duck on off and head down pit road. As the old song says, ain't quite as many as there were a while ago.
As the pace car takes that hard left on pit road, we are back green flag racing as Nathan Estep and John Garrett will lead us into turn 1.
Chris Pendle's laying on that bumper of the 55 of Nathan Estep. Looks like that bottom line's got a better push. They're a little bit better organized with this restart. I think those front 4 there on the bottom able to get a better restart. They keeping a little bit closer together. That's really where all that energy is. You got to keep those cars close together.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to keep it close together, but at this point in the race, you gotta think, hey, there's already been quite a few cautions. Maybe let's just try to ride a little bit until this stage is over. Think about our strategy for the end of the race. Because I know everybody wants to win a stage, but the big thing is you want to be able to win the race. And you can't win it if you ain't there yet. There at the end.
You're absolutely right. I just want to bring everybody's attention to the driver in third place right now. That's our reigning series champion, Greg Wood. Just keeping his nose clean, right there in third place. Not making too many aggressive moves, just trying to make it through all these stages and get to the end of the race.
Ooh, a big wiggle out of these guys.
Big wheel out of the 20 of Santoyo there. And as soon as I say that, there comes Greg Wood jumping on the outside. He's going to get caught in the sucker hole.
Yeah, I mean, I always hate when that happens. I try to pull out, help some guys get to the front, and all they do is send me to the back.
That's just the greed of racing. That's what that is. Everybody wants to be up front, but you can't all be up front at once. I tell you what, those front three of Estep, Pindell, and Santoyo, they're keeping pretty tight.
Yeah, they are.
It's starting to settle down a little bit. And of course, as soon as I say that, here comes John Garrett on the outside again.
John Garrett seems like the guy that just needs to be up front. I love that driving style. Like, I need to be up front when I'm racing at a plate track, because if I wreck, I want to wreck in style.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, you get up front. At least if you do wreck, at least you know you're going for the win.
At least you know you died trying.
And the front three, they're sort of settled down a little bit.
Maybe just trying to hold the top three and wait until the end of this. Maybe out of turn 4 on the last lap of this stage.
There's the three of Brada jumping up in front of John Garrett. They're trying to get that outside line, building up the energy there, trying to get this outside line more organized. Every time that front line or that top line gets organization, somebody jumps up in front and it sort of slows them down a little bit. So
now we would like to say, if you're rooting for somebody, just say it in the comments. We'll try to give them a little spotlight here as we wind down this race. Also, don't forget to like the video or the stream, share it to your friends. It'll really help us out and bring more viewers to the series.
absolutely, join us each week. These guys will be racing every Friday night, coming to you at 9:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Central. And you get exciting racing like this every week. These new cars certainly are going to bring a lot of different style racing than we've been used to. And here we see the three of Rada coming up on the outside with John Garrett pushing him.
Rada made like that move 2 laps ago, and now he's making a push towards the front. Will Nathan Estep be able to hold him off one more lap? As we're winding down the stage, there's not as much formation down on the bottom, but they are pushing really hard on the top.
Here we come. We're on the last lap of the second stage. There goes John Garrett pushing the three of Rada out front.
Does John Garrett pull out to the top and try to make a move on Steve Rada coming to the end of this stage? This is the final lap of the stage, and coming out of turn 4, he's thinking about making the move. Rada makes the block, and they're 3 wide going to the line.
3 wide coming.
And Steve Rada won the stage.
What an exciting end to that stage. That was some great racing. Nathan Estep still hanging up there in second. What an exciting finish to that stage, and we get settled in for this final 40-lap stint to the end. Wow, what an exciting race thus far in the event.
Yeah, what an exciting finish to that stage. And that's only halfway. We still got a lot of racing left, and you saw what these guys are willing to do.
Yeah, they're really putting it out there. And congratulations to Steve Rada there and getting that win.
I don't see him in the Discord, so maybe we can get him.
Congratulations. Hopefully we'll get to speak to him. But congratulations for him getting that win there. And, you know, looks like he doesn't want to let anybody catch up to him. He's just keeping on going.
Well, let's try to talk to our fourth place finisher in that stage, Chris Pindell.
Hey, Chris, it's Damon and Joseph in the booth, man. What a great end to that stage. You really were pushing Nathan there, and then everything sort of went crazy. How's the car handling tonight?
She's handling pretty good. Actually, this is not one of my favorite places to race at. I hate super speedway racing, but Nathan, I got trust with Nathan there, and he's got trust with me. We're both teammates in other leagues, but I was just doing everything I could to stay on his rear bumper there and push and push. And I was going to make him move to the outside, but the outside got to run. I didn't want to block it, cause a wreck. So I'll take points, good decent point start here, points race here, and then hopefully I'm there at the end when it counts.
Absolutely, it's been an awfully exciting night. You got that 6 car up there running really well. You know, running well with Nathan, but trust is what it takes at these big tracks. So you're running well. I hope you have a good rest of the race, man, and congratulations on that strong finish in that stage.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end.
Hopefully so.
That was Chris Pindell. He was our 4th place finisher there at the end of that stage. Everybody's getting settled in. You know, really looking forward to see what happens in this last stage. So we'll just have to see how it all shakes out. So Steve Rada, our stage winner there, hails from Coconut Creek, Florida. So congratulations again to Steve. And just some exciting racing so far tonight. We're going to have a little bit long run, so will we, you know, with this long run coming up, what are we going to see, Joseph? Are we going to have a green flag pit stop, or the way this race has been going so far, we've had cautions that have sort of broke everything up. So do you think we'll end up seeing a green flag stop?
I'm not necessarily sure. We'll just have to see. I'm not sure what fuel percentage these guys use, but we'll have to see. Steve Rada having a good performance at his home track, only about 3 hours away there.
It looks like they got 65% fuel, so there's a good chance we could see some green flag stops if we get some green flag racing. So these guys have fixed. This is a fixed setup series, so everybody's running. It's not the stock setup that you would just use in a typical racing in the fixed series. This is a setup that is fixed for this league. These guys get 3 to 4 sets of tires, depending on the track, and 65% fuel for these races. So, pace lights are out on top of the pace car. We'll be going green next time by. We'll get this final stage started and see who ends up being the winner of this first season of the race.
Yeah, I mean, win a race, you're locked into the playoffs, so it's really for some of these guys that don't normally run up front, this could be a big chance for them to lock themselves into the playoffs and try to make a run later into the season.
Absolutely, and that allows them, if they get themselves locked in, it allows them to be a little bit more aggressive in the races after this, so that you don't want to. You'd rather get this under your belt and not have to worry about it when you've got 2 races to go, especially with Talladega being the cutoff race going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this schedule's crazy, exciting. Some of the best tracks out there, some of the best drivers out there. But we're about to go green here once again to start off stage 3 to determine the winner of the Daytona 200.
And there
Green
we go.
flag is in
Steve
the
Rod is
air.
in.
Steve Rada leads them to the checker.
Steve got in that loud pedal just a little quick. He didn't have those guys right up on his rear bumper, so we'll have to see how that causes this restart to shake out. You see, there's not a lot of organization. Maybe
Well,
these guys are
I
going to
believe
settle
the
in.
caution came out here.
Oh, we do have a caution on the track. Try to see if we can find the incident for you folks.
Oh, looks like it was up a little bit higher.
Looks like that was Nathan Estep that got caught up in that.
Oh, don't know what exactly happened, but it looked like the 08 of David Mayo.
Yeah, there's a little checkup there or something. All of a
Oh,
sudden, he
looks
just
like he might have money shifted or um a mechanical failure. Not necessarily sure what happened there.
and when we say mechanical failure, it could have been something that actually happened with his setup. As you see, he gets a tow back to the pits. It could have been something that happened with his sim racing setup at home. Well, we don't know there. We'll have to try to see if we can figure out what happened there. Unfortunate there. Looks like that caught up Nathan Estep in that wreck. But the good thing about where Nathan's been running this race, he should be able to go in and take a fast repair and get back out there. So certainly looking forward to seeing what happened. Hate to see that happen on the restart of that this final stage, but we'll get things settled out here, get these guys lined back up, and we'll get back under green.
As we approach lap 50, we're gonna hear from a sponsor, the Huser Conveyor Company, located in Knightstown, Indiana. Hoosier Conveyor Company was born from the Hoosier Feeder Company family to help corner the market in automation and feeder industry. Our products and services help companies to take the next step to automate their production line. We help to handle the first stage in the production line by feeding, separating, and orienting the product so that it may begin its journey. We also help with any conveying solutions to help move their product from one stage to the next. Hoosier Conveyor Company is an integrator in the United States from Dorner, meaning not only we can provide the equipment you need, but that we also custom tailor it for your specific needs. That is the Hoosier Conveyor Company.
Now here we go.
I'd like to shout out Kyle Harbin moving up 28 positions this race is the biggest mover of the race. It all the guys up front really started towards that back of the pack. Maybe it was starting in the back that really helped them.
it's just there's been so much action. We've got these guys now. You've got guys who were in earlier wrecks are trying to get some repairs done on their cars on every caution. That's just helping those guys. There's just no telling what's going to happen. Hated to see that happen to some of those guys there toward the end, but we're getting everything lined back up, and the lights are out on top of the pace car. They're headed down the back stretch. We'll be going green here the next time they come by.
As these guys head down the back stretch, we'll be going green on lap 49 out of 80. Still about 30 laps to the end of the race. Still a lot of time for these guys to get up front. Maybe we'll see a little bit more patience here as it winds down.
Absolutely. I also want to make a call out. The third place car there, Alfred Denny. It's our defending race champion. So, that. Just looking forward to, look to see these guys. You can tell the ones, who have the experience and who have been there and gotten these wins. But here we go. The pace car ducks off.
And Steve Rada steps on the loud pedal and is off. As John Garrett gets a really good start as well. He'll be side by side heading into turn 1. Top line's a little more formed up than that bottom. Can they get clear on that top line?
Yeah, a lot more organized on the restart there. And we've got a lot. These guys are, according to Mac, they're getting themselves organized as well to try to catch back up to this pack. There we have Kyle Harbin giving John Garrett the shove down the backstretch. There we come. Alfred Denny giving Steve Rada the shove down the backstretch as they inch Steve Rada out into the lead in between 3 and 4.
Steve Rada getting the push from Alfred Denny, and he is pushing as hard as he can there to try to get him out to the lead. John Garrett will lead that lap.
Here they come on the inside. Steve Rada coming back. This is just such a seesaw. First the outside line will get a run, then the inside line gets a run. Just such exciting racing from the drop of the green flag. Hate that we've had so many. There we look on the outside of Kyle Harbin as he's coming down the backstretch, inching up to give John Garrett another shove going down into turn 3.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are really pushing as hard as they can to try to get clear on that top. Just not enough formation up there to get it going. But now they're starting to get formed up a little bit. More cars on that top than there is on the bottom. Can they get clear and bring everybody to the top?
There we go. Kyle Harbin, John Garrett drop to the bottom. You've got Jonathan Cogswell on the 27. He's now the lead car on that outside line. There comes Steve Rada. He jumps on the outside. That's going to give Jonathan Cogswell a little bit of tow to get up there. Here comes Alfred Denny. He makes it 3 wide. Takes Jonathan Cogswell with him. What a move by the 21 Alfred Denny.
Man, he moved all 3 lanes trying to get up there. Catching a little bit of lap traffic up here. Will they be able to manage getting through that? Oh! Somebody just went flying down. I believe that was James Santoyo. It was. Man.
Unfortunate for James. He was having such a great run. No caution is out. Looks like he's going to get the car.
Looks like he's just stopped there. Not necessarily sure what happened there. He finally
got a tow
resets.
there.
Now these
Here they
guys
come
are
down the backstretch.
These guys are catching one of the front runners that was up front until he got caught up in that wreck. Nathan Estep.
I think he's only 1 lap down though, so hopefully maybe he's Oh, there we go. Now they're wrecking again. All right, caution is out.
Looks.
It looks like Nathan Eastep, he was just trying to get out of the way.
We're trying to find a better view here for y'all. Sorry about this. Looks like he might have just swerved down a little bit and that caused a reaction. We'll try to get a better look at that there.
Like that collected the 21 of Alfred Denny.
Yeah, it
and
looks like
popped
he
to the
swerved
6.
right at the last second.
Yeah, and got unfortunate for those drivers. They were really making a run there toward the front. It was Chris Pindell in the 6 and Alfred Denny in the 21. It's just, it's just the reaction when you see another car sort of twitch, and like we talked, those cars are a little snappy loose coming off of the, out of turn 4 and turn 2. Here the cars come down for a pit stop. Will this be the last pit stop of the night? As the cars come down, we have John Garrett in the pit. Everybody's into the pits to get that final stop. Looks like it's just a little splash of gas and go there. It looks like this should get them to the end of the race.
Looks like they might have been right at the edge of their fuel window because we did see a few guys stay out there.
It looks like the 97 of Nolan Pompbriand is out there right behind the pace car.
Yeah, I mean, these guys just patiently waiting for this caution to be over so they can get back racing again.
I think they all like this little break, though, to be able to catch their breath, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you need that little break just to catch your breath, slow it down, and then maybe think about, hey, there's still quite a bit of time left in this race. Maybe just settle down. Maybe with 5 to go, you can start pushing.
Absolutely. And I want to point something out. In first and third, you have the 96 and 97. They are teammates. So they'll be right on each other's bumper as we get this restart.
Yeah, maybe they can count each other down and pull a little bit of a okey doke, as Joe Logano calls it.
Very well. It looks like, you got everybody getting situated here. We get your lap cars dropping to the back. Everybody trying to get into their positions where they should be. The White's right on top of the pace car. Some new faces at the front of the field right now. Our leader showing Nolan Pompbriand. Bill Sleep in second. And Josh Pompbriand, number 96, in third. And we have John Garrett in fourth. Kyle Harbin in fifth. Coming down the Daytona Superstretch, getting ready for this restart. Haven't seen some of these cars at the front tonight, but they're there now when it counts, so we'll have to see what happens. I tell you what, I hope Bill Sleep's ready for a push, because John Garrett right behind him, he's certainly going to get one.
Yeah, I mean, Bill better not be sleeping on this restart.
I mean, you are so right. I hope he's not asleep. as the pace car ducks off on the pit road.
Nolan Contraband goes down and doesn't get a good push, and that top line is all formed up and ready to go. These guys might get clear. This top four might get clear on the top. But
It
no.
looks like no. Bill Sleep jumps down to that low line. But you've got John Garrett, and here comes Greg Wood trying to get a little bit of air off Bill Sleep. Just a little bit of toe to see if it now. We got John Garrett back up in lead. Greg Wood second. And here comes that outside line again. Like I said, we've got some new players in there now.
Yeah, I mean, with all these guys getting called up in incidents, it really brings new guys up towards the front.
Absolutely. Here we come. Here we go. That outside line has got more organization than the bottom. That 32, usually the line that the 32 of Kyle Harbin is in, that line usually moves really well. John Garrett has been a good pusher tonight too, but he's being pushed now by Greg Wood, our reigning champion.
Yeah, it looks like some of these guys are trying to duck down to the bottom, but if I were them, it seems like the top is a little bit faster, even when there's not as many guys up there. Maybe if you could start pulling guys up to the top, you could start seeing a choo-choo train almost up on the top.
I agree with you completely. I think the key is they're not having to turn that wheel as much when they're riding that high line, and that allows them to keep their momentum up, and they're not, when they're on that low line, it does sort of choke the car down a little bit, and it really scrubs off speed. So I think the high line is going to be the ticket tonight. If you can get a group of cars and get in that high line, I think you would see them pull away. We're going to have to see what happens here.
Yeah, it just seems like once somebody gets to the lead, they always duck down to the bottom. Maybe if you could see some guys stay up on that top and stay committed once they get the lead, then you could see that top line start to pull out.
Absolutely. Now we got the 29 of Kohlhaas. He's down there with John Garrett pushing him.
Yeah.
Like I said, new players up there now.
It almost looks like Sid Butler's trying to play the lanes a little bit and keep them side by side, so there's not as many ways to get past. He only has to control both lanes.
Sure, it looks like he's sailing in on the low line there. There's got the 29 of Kohlhaas pushing him out a little bit further. John Garrett, Greg Wood also, that bottom line's got some organization. But here comes Kyle Harbin on the outside with that push from the 27 of Cogsley. There we go, the Kyle Harbin. Oh my goodness.
What?
Looks like those guys just got locked together there, and he just, once you get pointed in direction at these speeds, you really can't. It looks like that was the 78 of Greg Wood. And those guys, Kyle Harbin tried to come down, and Greg Wood was there.
Yeah, he just thought he was clear, wasn't quite clear, and that'll happen sometimes.
Caution is out again. What an exciting race so far. 21 laps to go. Anything at this point can happen. It's just, they just keep moving forward. We've got the 37 of Butler now. He's up in Sid Butler. He's up there in the point now with 29 Ira Kohlhaas. John Garrett in third in the 66. Then we have the 97 of Nolan Pontbriand. And then Jonathan Cogswell in the 27. What a race this has been. I think the key is just going to be keeping your nose clean.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just that. You gotta stay ready and just not make mistakes, and you'll find yourself up front like Sid Butler and Ira Cole Loss and John Garrett, which he seems to have been up there all race.
Not sure how it's going to turn out for these guys. A lot of them just ducked on pit road. So 20 laps to go. Getting 4 Mr. Feelgoods. Make these cars a little more stable. Get any damage you can fixed if you've already used your fast repair. And that's the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell there. Looks like he took 4 tires and fuel. Certainly been an exciting race tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us. If you have any shout outs, let us know there in the chats. We'll be glad to give a shout out to your favorite drivers. Looks like we've got some Zach Woods fans watching tonight. Also some Josh Anderson, James Jones fans.
In honor of the Rolex 24 starting up tomorrow, I believe, do you know when the first Daytona 24 was?
I do not. I know it was many, many moons ago.
It started out as just 3 hours, and then in 1966, it was moved to 24 hours and was won by Dan Gurney driving a Lotus 19 Monte Carlo for Frank Arceo.
Some great little tidbits of history there. Looks like everybody's been on pit road. I'm sure this caution lap, if anybody was not sure they're on their fuel, this should help them. But we got a lot of guys toward the back. Got 4 fresh tires. Made sure they were topped off, good to go on fuel. Lights are off on top of the pace car. We'll be going green with 18 laps to go. It's been such an exciting race, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. I tell you what, if this goes to show the type of racing we're going to see from these guys the rest of the year, we're in for a treat for the rest of the season, Joseph.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, these guys have been racing side by side, beating and banging, sometimes going a little over the line, but they're still filling each other out. It is the first race of the season, first race with the cars, and these guys just are really talented and are trying to get out there, prove themselves, and lock themselves into the playoffs.
Actually, it looks like we just had a shout out for George Jewell. Let's take a look at him in the 07. I think he's in 12th place now. He's getting ready for this restart. Looks like he's had a pretty clean car there. You'll see if he can't bring it to the front, do something with it.
Let's go on board with him for this.
Absolutely.
Restart.
Let's go on board with George Jewell for this restart.
We're just gonna let y'all listen to the raw sound of this engine.
There we go. Green flag is out. 18 laps to go.
Man, you can see him shifting through the gears. Something new with this car, other than that NASCAR has never seen before. 5 gears. Almost turning it into... I've heard some people compare it to a Australian supercar. I've seen some people compare it to a GT3. It really is neat to see all these different comparisons from the road side of things that can really show up and help with these 5 gears at a place like Watkins Glen that we're going to be going to soon.
Oh, we've got a little car gotten out of line there. Looks like that was the 96 of Josh Pombrion. It looks like these guys have gotten settled back in up front.
Looks like these guys are just content to ride in a single file line for a few laps.
And they're content to ride for now, but what's going to happen here in about 7 laps when we get to 10 to go? That's when it's really going to start getting exciting.
I almost want to say, with how few cars there are in this pack, that we might not see as many people try to make a move until maybe 7 to go.
I do think you're right. I think you already see there we got some cars trying to get something going on the top line. We got 2 cars there. But we've got this long line of about 7 cars on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, these guys just trying to make it to the end. We've seen a lot of cautions up to this point. Maybe just trying to make, as I say that, we see Iracolas pull up to the top with the 97 of Nolan Contraband.
Yep, you got the 29 Ira Kojas. He's pulled it up there. He's got a good push from that 97 of Pontbriand. And that puts him in the lead. There we go again. That high line. That's where the momentum seems to be. I'm telling you right now, if I was in this race, I would want to be in that high line coming to the end of this race. It seems like that's where the momentum is. And of course, as soon as I say that, everybody jumps back down to the bottom.
Well, I mean, like I said, these guys are probably just trying to fill their cars out still. Haven't seen a lot of green flag laps to this point. Maybe just trying to make it to the end and then race it out with a few laps to go.
Absolutely. Here we come. And we have another. Oh, that's the 21 of Alfred Denny. Catches the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell and the 3 of Steve Rada.
Let's see what just happened here. Didn't look like
Looks
we
like
got
we're
a
still green.
caution.
It looks like we're still green.
Looks like he just got loose and sent him down the track. Steve Rada got caught up in that, our Stage 2 winner. That'll be a tough end to his hometown race.
Well, Jonathan Cogswell caught up in that. Unfortunate for him. Here we go, down the backstretch. They're still going at it.
Oh, and there's contact once again there. Maybe the 97 of Nolan Ponchbriand is not having a good handling car at this point.
We're getting down toward the end, and these cars are going to have to latch in. They're going to have to latch into each other. We're going to see some of those 2-car drafts come into play, I think, Joseph. That's something that really came in with the car tomorrow and in the early mid-2000s, usually about 2008, 9, and 10. Those cars really started pushing each other. There you see Greg Wood in the 78 giving Chris Pindell in the 6 a good push. I think that's really going to come into play here is who's going to work with who. It's you have 5 cars on the bottom and 3 cars on top, and that outside line again is becoming the more predominant line, even with just 3 cars.
Yeah, it sure is. It just seems like Greg Wood and Christopher Pindell know how to make this line work, and it seems like they're staying up there.
I think that's going to be the key and like I said earlier in the race, running that high line, they're not binding the car up. And here we go. Looks like Greg Wood's going to try to make a move.
Oh!
And there's the 29 Ira Kojas. He gets turned going into turn 3. He looks like he was able to save it. What a save there. Unfortunately, the caution didn't come out, but he was able to save the car. Chris Pindell in the 6. Here comes 78 Greg Wood on the outside. John Garrett trying to decide who he wants to push. He may take them 3 wide. Looks like the 78 ducks down in front of Chris Pindell. Here you go, coming into turn 1. This is, I think now with just a few cars that we have, we're really going to see those runs come into play. Because these guys are going to get some runs, and it's really going to, I think it may be as exciting with just these few cars as it was with the whole pack out there.
Yeah, I think it will.
The 78 Greg Wood going into 3 there with Chris Pindell pushing him.
As we're approaching lap 10, or not lap 10, 10 laps to go in this race, out of this front pack, who do you think has the best chance of getting up there and winning it?
I'm going to tell you, somebody we've not talked about a lot tonight, that number 11 is Zachary Cleek. He's there when it counts. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Denny Hamlin, just don't talk about him much in the Daytona 500 until the very end, 10 laps to go, and he's somehow up front.
And there comes another move by the 37 on the outside, but he's not got anyone going with him.
Yeah,
and there's
right.
that 6 pushing Greg Wood all the way down into what a shove he gave that 78 to Greg Wood into turn 3. You know, one thing that might help these guys get around the leader is give that guy such a push that he has to sort of gather it back up and he's not able to hold it. With these tires getting older, that could be how these guys, get around that leader. He could just push him way into the turn and not being expecting it, and that could help him get around. We'll just have to see what happens as we 9 laps to go here.
Yeah, right now these guys are kind of just singling out, just kind of waiting for about 2 or 3 to go. Because this pack is so small, they really don't want to bunch up the field and give anybody else a chance to win it.
You know, I really find it funny, the car that Zachary Cleek, the paint scheme that Zachary Cleek is running tonight, it's all about me. Here he comes to the front. In 4th place now. 8 laps to go. Here comes John Garrett on the outside, trying to get that outside line to move again. Just not enough energy there built up to get that going. I just think that 11 car, he's in a position where he can really get things, he can really get that. Here comes John Garrett looking on the outside. But as soon as he does that, the guys who are behind him duck back down to that inside line. Maybe they're trying to wait till they get away from these lap cars. Here comes that 6 of Chris Pindell. He's pushing that 78 of Greg Wood again. See that 11 car backing up just a little bit to John Garrett. These guys can get a good run. They might be able to get a sort of a slingshot pass. That's really going to come back. The slingshot was big in the early 80s and into the early 90s. These guys would get right up behind and they were able to just slingshot pass around them. They would have to, wait till it turn 4, coming out of 4, and they would slingshot and get that all that momentum. But it sort of went away. Now it's coming back to NASCAR. We've got these big spoilers, a lot of horsepower. No restrictor plates anymore at these tracks. They certainly have a lot more reaction, a lot more energy that they can build up and with these runs. But here we come. There they are passing the 3 of Steve Rada as we ride on the 6 car, Chris Pindell. Looking at that rear bumper of the 78 of Greg Wood. Greg Wood, like I said earlier, he is our reigning series champion. Can he start this season off with a win and go ahead and lock himself into the playoffs? What a great way to defend that title.
Yeah, it sure would be. I mean, you already have one championship, inaugural series champion. Hey, let's go out and get another one and prove that I'm still that guy.
Absolutely. See a lot of comments about the wrecks that are happening with no cautions. If they are down, especially at these big tracks, if they get down out of the way and they're not in danger of taking out or hitting any other cars, a lot of the times there's no caution if they're down off the racing surface. That's just how iRacing does it. iRacing deems by, algorithms and things like that when the caution should be thrown. So unfortunate for all those guys, for a caution not to be out. Certainly want to see all these guys have a good shot. But, here we come down, coming to 4 to go. I think these guys are trying to get settled in. I think they know that they need to wait a lot of things we saw earlier in the race, they would get those runs, and it was like a conveyor belt. The guy in the front would just keep going and diving down, diving down. I think they know if they do it early that they may not be the winner of this race. Not sure if I'd want to be that 78 right now with the runs that these guys are getting and the energy that they're building up. What do you think about that, Joseph? Do you think being the leader right now is the safest place, or would you rather be in second or third?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to be in this top 3. I'd kind of want to be running about P5, so if these guys wreck, I don't have to worry about trying to miss it.
Here we come, 3 laps to go. Greg Wood brings them down into turn 1. Looks like these guys are just satisfied to ride right now. That 4th, 5th, and 6th sort of falling back a little bit. Maybe they're trying to get a big run. I'm sure these guys are talking in their Discord, trying to figure out how to get around these guys. You can see them starting to move around, starting to look to see where they can go. At this point of the race, there's not a lot of teammates left with the cautions that we've had early in the race, earlier tonight. Here are the 11 of Zachary Cleek, just sort of riding. Here we come to 2 to go. These guys are going to have to move up. We got a lap car.
Last second move.
At least he did get out of their way.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's John Garrett taking a look to the outside.
John Garrett looking to the outside. Will anybody go with him? The 2 cars of Kyle Harbin and Sid Butler trying to go with him. Trying to bring that lane up to the front. Coming to 1 lap to go now.
Here we come to the white flag. Greg Woods leading with Chris Pindell second. Here comes our pole sitter, John Garrett, on the outside. He's got those cars pushing. Kyle Harbin has been a great pusher tonight. What are we going to see here on this final lap?
Greg Wood has the lead. Only 3 cars on that bottom. They all duck back in there. Trying to get a little bit of a run. Trying to find out where that run's coming from. And
here comes John Garrett to the outside.
Coming to the outside.
Kyle Harbin's with him.
Kyle Harbin coming with. These guys are going to be going drag racing down this front straightaway. Trying to do a little side drafting. A little bit of a twitch there. Will Christopher Pindell pull out to the bottom? Oh! Greg
he
Woods
gets into the rear.
Turned. And
Chris Pindell, he's coming to the line. 6 of Chris Pindell will win the race.
Wow!
What a last lap.
Man, I know Chris Pindell probably didn't mean to do that, but Greg Wood has to be furious about what just happened.
You know, it's the last lap. They were coming down. There was a lot of movement. Looks like that Greg Wood was trying to maybe hop up and try to block that run of John Garrett. And Chris Pindell just was in the right place at the right time. What a great run there. Super exciting race. There we have our top 3. Chris Pindell is your winner tonight. What an exciting last lap.
Let's go ahead and try to get our 3rd place finisher, Nolan Pontchartrain, back up into this booth and see what his thoughts are for this race.
Absolutely.
Hey Nolan, this is the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Man, what an exciting race, Nolan. Saw you stay out there on that late pit stop. got yourself up there toward the lead. Looks like you had your teammate right behind you on that restart. Didn't quite stay together there, but you kept that car up front. How was the car tonight? And
Yep. I don't even know what to say. I never finished in the top 3 before.
well, congratulations, man. I'm probably the same way. I don't think I've ever finished top 3 in a league race that I've been in. But I want to, congratulations. You had that car there when it mattered, and just an excellent race for you tonight. You kept the car clean. That's what's important. Got anybody you want to shout out tonight?
I want to shout out my dad, my teammate. We did our paint job, and he's the one that got me into this racing.
Well, that is awesome, man. Joseph and I are the same way. He got me. He was the one who got me into this, and I'm his dad. So I'm sure your dad's excited for you. So congratulations again on a third place finish, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, that was our third place finisher, Nolan. Let's try to bring up Kyle Harbin up to the booth. Hey Kyle, this is the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
So, man, can you just walk us through the last couple laps and you trying to move to the back to the front there? I know that must have been stressful.
Yeah, I planned on those last few laps. I wanted to be either 6th or 7th right there at the back. And then I had Garrett. When he jumped out, I was going with him and going to push him to the very end and see what we could do. And then it jumbled up a little bit. And he got shuffled and I shot low. And I thought I had a chance to win there. But, man, that was fun.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Kyle, one thing we noticed all through the race, in every stage of this race tonight, you had such a car that was able to push anybody to the lead. And what do you think about this new package and how these cars are now handling at these tracks?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I'm good. Plate races are my bread and butter. And before they had this, I absolutely hated the package they had. You couldn't pass, you couldn't do nothing. But this here, this was a blast.
It certainly was an exciting race to call, but congratulations tonight on the second place finish. You got anybody you want to shout out tonight, Kyle?
Yeah, just shout out to to Angel putting on the league. Y'all broadcasting. Congrats to Chris Pindell, my teammates at Harbin Racing, and one of my other teammates with Southern Grown Racing Series, Carl Staton. We run a few things together, and just thankful for everybody watching.
All right, man. Well, hey, stay safe out there. Congratulations on the second place finish tonight, and good luck this season.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too, man. That was Kyle Harbin, our second place finisher. And
let's go ahead and bring up
Pindell.
Our leader.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring our winner in. Chris Pindell.
How you doing?
We just talked to you, man, at the end of stage 2, and the man said that he didn't like plate racing.
I still don't.
Look, I tell you what, man, it was such an exciting race. I know that happened there coming out of turn 4. I don't think anybody meant to do anything. I think Greg went up to try to block John Garrett, and you kept it low. I would have done the same thing. And it was such a great run there to the end. Tell us about that last couple laps.
Well, me and Greg actually is working together over at Santiago Racing. We're teammates, and we talked to each other through the whole race through Discord, talking and seeing where each other was out on track, and what we're going to do together as far as going down pit road and getting the same strategy and all that stuff. But I just stayed on this bumper, and I'd have been happy with the second place finish. I would have. Like I told you guys in the earlier in the race, I don't like plate racing. It was just I was still learning these cars, and I was been happy to finish second, and I just stayed to the bottom. I thought Greg was going to stay there, and he told me he was mirror watching, and he seen the 66 get a run to the outside, and he went up a little bit. Then I tried to stay at the bottom as best I could, and hopefully he cut back over my nose, and I would have been able to push him to win, and I turned him. So I feel bad for that, obviously, doing that to a teammate. But, man, come out here in my first race in KMM and get a win, I'll take it, man. I really will.
Man, hey, it locks you in the playoffs, buddy. So congratulations on that as well. Now you can that allows you to be a little more aggressive the rest of the season. But congratulations on your win, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I told Greg in the chat I owe him one at Talladega, so maybe he'll known him. He'll probably get one before then.
There you go. Well, got anybody you want to shout out tonight, Chris?
Thank you for you guys broadcasting. Actually, this is the first time I've did senior all's broadcast. You guys did a good job tonight. Thanks for Angel and those guys letting me back in KM. I did run a few races last year, but I wasn't able to make because work. But thank you for him for drafting me the team. Thanks to my deep teammates, Nathan, Alfred, Denny, Scott Pizanansky, all those guys. The Kevin Gibney. We all work together too. Thank you to our sponsors, Old Timer, Circle B, Diecast, Blackwater Sales, Old Timer Hat Company. They help us with over at Deep Racing. Thanks to my wife for letting me do this. She puts up with me spending money on this and racing just about every night of the week. And thank you to her for doing it. But yep, I'm excited for this win. I'm ready to get out of here and practice for next week.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations again, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it much.
You're welcome.
Well, that was our race winner, Chris Pindell. As we're wrapping up this broadcast, let's go ahead and look at our race results. First was Christopher Pindell. Second, we got Kyle Harbin. P3, Nolan Ponterbound. P4, John Garrett. P5, Sid Butler. P6, Zachary Cleet. P7, Greg Wood. P8, James Jones. P9, Josh Ponterbound. P10, James Santillo.
Coming in 11th is Ira Kohlhaas. 12th, George Jewell. 13th, George Kovacic. 14th, defending race winner, Alfred Denny. Got it caught up in that late race incident there. 15th, Steve Rada. 16th, Bill Sleet. 17th, Ron Morris Jr. 18th, Nathan Luck. 19th, Stephen Harper. And 20th, Angel Santiago.
P21, we have Jonathan Cogswell. P22, David Modespal. 23rd, Brandon Massey. P24, David Mayo. P25, Dayron Amat. P26, Kevin Gibney Jr. 27th, we got Josh Anderson. 28th, Zach Woods. 29th, Craig Sesamon. P30, we got Harold Barnes. P31, Nathan Eastup. And rounding out your field, Jimmy Jason.
Well, Joseph, it certainly was an exciting race tonight. Looking forward to all the future races, and we'll certainly see these folks next week, next Friday night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. We want to thank everybody for watching the Kool-Aid Monster Cup Series season opener here at Daytona. It certainly was an exciting race. So everyone have a good night and a good weekend, and be safe out there.